Well, Tamara called out Teresa and Louis saying that she feels like these phone calls were fake. And she said, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Teresa was texting right before this even came out. So I'm not buying shit. Now, this is part one of their feud, but what are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this whole texting situation. I know there are abilities and hacks and apps and stuff for everything. And a lot of people have sent in, emails and comments and stuff about that because I said, I think on last Hot Messy Topics or maybe, no, the after party of Jersey we were doing. And I'm like, this just all, it just doesn't add up. Something is like weird here. Coincidentally, she got a phone call from Joe Giudice right before the reunion started. I mean, I don't know. But when Tamara starts shit, it's funny. But I do stand by what Teresa said. Sometimes Tamara and Teddy are shit stirrers.
I mean, they're definitely shit
in the best way. Like every time
Tamara
they stir shit, I listen to the podcast.
Tamara and Teddy too, like they're so funny because Teddy has no problem calling me out on everything. And even Tamara, and I love Tamara, but they're both such like, they're so ridiculous. Like when Teddy calls me out and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to, you know what? At this point, I'm more so like my mindset is like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm taking accountability. I think that you act like an asshole on your podcast, and you do. And people fight back and they call you an asshole and you get very upset. Well, as the accountability coach with no fucking accountability.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, maybe let's take a little bit of accountability. That's all I'm saying is because for Teddy, honestly, for the longest time with Teddy and Tamara, and you know this is the only reason I'm saying it, is because every time something came out where we had Teresa on or somebody was on or we made a story about Lisa
I'm sure you're going to get a text right after this.
I'm saying they are the first two people to send me a message at every fucking time. And then they're the first people to also be like, this is hypocrisy. You're making us look bad. And
I know, but at the same time, Teddy will text you and be like, yeah, I agree with what you said. No, and then you guys have a different conversation. It's so crazy.
Like texts me and says everything except for I am an asshole, which is the only accountability she needs to take. It is fine that you're an asshole. Teddy, you're an asshole. You're an asshole because you make money being an asshole. That is fine. You are just an asshole. That's okay. Like Lisa Vanderpump told you this 6 seasons ago. You should have just listened to her, embraced it, made your money, cut out the fucking accountability, and just let people do what they want. They want to eat a fucking hot dog? Let them eat a hot dog. Because it doesn't matter what you're saying, because you're not the one who's going out there doing the work. You're getting liposuction anyways, or whatever the fuck you do. So who really gives a shit? You're not here to preach accountability. Preach fucking 2 T's in a pod. Give us some gossip.
Hey, I love 2 T's in a pod. I'm sorry.
No, me too.
I have to say, I really love it. I think we differ in that. I don't always agree. I never agree with them, actually, like maybe 1% of the time, but I love listening to it.
Yeah. Catherine, she is let Adam speak. And Ebony Dix said, Adam, tell them to DM me and I will tell her something. Go ahead, Adam. Read that fetch queen. Listen, my thing is too, I'm not sitting here trying to read Teddy. I'm saying, with Teddy and Tamara, I love Tamara. I think Teddy's a fool. That's when it comes to reality TV. I don't think she's a fool as a mother or as a friend. I don't know her in that capacity. I think that she's annoying on reality TV. Really, really awful, shitty television. That's fine. For Tamara, I think that she's really great television and she's a disaster, but in the best way that we enjoy watching. And so, and
she knows what she's doing. Tamara is definitely like has enough experience doing this where she knows exactly what to do and what will make a good scene, what will make a good, you know what I mean?
You said that too, watching her on the premiere. You said that with her and Heather Dubrow when we were watching her with Gina, because you were like, they really know what they're doing.
Bad news for Gina, I have to say, because sitting there watching them talk, like seeing Tamara and Heather, just how they are, how they're like reacting with each other and having the conversation, they carry a conversation. You only need 2 people. Every time that Gina tried to chime in, I was like, don't interrupt this. You know, they know what they're doing and we're into it, Yeah. Very interesting.
Well, and also, guys, I know everyone's like over here in the live chat too, cheering me on, saying, yes, Adam, go on. I'm not doing this to rip her apart. Again, let me
I said, don't be her. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to, I don't have to rip Teddy apart. She can just open her mouth on her podcast and she does it for herself.
Exactly.
Okay. But since we're talking about all of this, I wanted to bring up a few things that's going on with the Real Housewives of New Jersey, because there are some things, and it's not cute. Obviously, we know that all of these text messages came out with Jacqueline Larita and Jackie Goldschneider. Melissa ended up revealing them. Jason, we talked about them, right?
Yeah.
Well, after she revealed them, Jackie was like, wait, what the fuck? Dolores has also said some shit about you, Teresa. So let's talk about that.
Oh, yikes.
I love Dolores, and this was to Jacqueline Larita. I love Dolores, but she's so far up Teresa's ass. Yes, she says things behind her back, but definitely not to her face.
I mean, I believe that.
I mean, I believe it too. But also, when it comes to Teresa and Louis, well, there's a lot of red flags.
No shit.
Lots. Louis's ex recently filed a restraining order against him. However, if you go over to allabouttherealhousewives.com, they actually ended up sharing an article calling it Louis's ex exposed history of alleged stalking, harassment, and framing exes and forcing exes to file orders of protection. Now, when I saw this article from All About the Real Housewives, I was like, oh, because they love Teresa, that they're always just trying to make her look better, right?
Right.
And you can
I'm not too invested, but yes.
Now look at the details and the evidence. Are you ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, 4. More. Oh, now texts. Oh, now we have personal files.
Oh my God.
More texts. More. It keeps going.
Lord have mercy.
More text messages. This doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. I mean, it doesn't, honestly, it doesn't take a genius to see that there are red flags.
Yeah.
Like,
guys, we don't know who's
hardcore.
coming back or not coming back for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. You know what's so funny is at this point, so many people keep asking us, like, as if Jason and I know. As if we know. Like, you know what? We just spoke to NBC. Margaret, that bitch is out. Actually, Margaret, that bitch is in. We don't know anything, you guys. We have no knowledge of this. We will,
and that's why they keep the cast in the dark on a lot of things too. Like,
oh yeah,
when they throw you a contract, hey, we're filming in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
be there or be square. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they have no idea sometimes. So it's.
But I think that they throw the contract too because Kenya Moore has a great relationship with Love B. Scott. Everything gets leaked. You know, like. If you go to Beverly Hills, like we know, don't get me started.
Lisa
Vanderpump Rules, RHONJ, like we know that everyone has also, their person.
TV Deets put out an Instagram story or something and brought up a very, very good point. It's like, now that Lisa Rinna's off the show, we haven't heard one leak about the new season.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Jason, can I ask you a question really quick?
Yes.
When it comes to the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa or Melissa, and why?
Both. Or you don't have a show. I'm not really sure where I would go with this. I like Melissa.